Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be exploring the largest volcanoes in the world and discussing the dangers that may occur if they erupt. Volcanoes are incredibly powerful natural phenomena that have shaped our planet in many ways. They are formed when molten rock, ash, and gas escape from deep within the Earth's crust and make their way to the surface. Let's dive in and explore some of the largest volcanoes in the world. Starting off, we have Mauna Loa in Hawaii, USA. This volcano is the largest in the world by volume and last erupted in 1984. While this eruption was relatively mild, with no loss of life, the dangers of an eruption can be significant. Mauna Loa is known for its unique shield-like shape, which is formed by the flowing of lava in a slow-moving, relatively gentle manner. However, an eruption can still cause significant damage, including lava flows, ash fall, and volcanic gases. Next up, we have Mount Etna in Italy. This volcano is the second largest in Europe and one of the most active in the world, with frequent eruptions throughout history. The dangers of an eruption at Mount Etna include pyroclastic flows, which are fast-moving currents of hot gas and rock that can incinerate anything in their path. Ashfall and lahars are also significant hazards that can cause respiratory problems and damage infrastructure. At number 3, we have Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. This volcano is the highest in Africa and last erupted over 360,000 years ago. While it is currently dormant, there is still a risk of an eruption in the future. The dangers of an eruption at Mount Kilimanjaro include pyroclastic flows, ashfall, and lahars. Moving on to number 4, we have the Yellowstone caldera in the United States. This is one of the largest volcanic features on Earth, with a diameter of over 70 kilometers. While it has not erupted in over 70,000 years, the Yellowstone caldera is still considered a significant threat due to its potential for a massive eruption. An eruption at Yellowstone could have global impacts, including a cooling effect on the Earth's climate and widespread destruction from ashfall and pyroclastic flows. At number 5, we have Mount Merapi in Indonesia. This volcano is one of the most active in the world and last erupted in 2018, causing significant damage to infrastructure and forcing the evacuation of thousands of people. The dangers of an eruption at Mount Merapi include pyroclastic flows, lahars, and ashfall. Now, the dangers of a volcanic eruption can vary depending on the type and size of the eruption. Pyroclastic flows are incredibly dangerous, as they can travel at speeds of up to 700 km per hour and can incinerate anything in their path. Ashfall can also be a major hazard, as it can cause respiratory problems and damage buildings and infrastructure. Lahars, or mud flows, are another danger, as they can be triggered by heavy rainfall or melting snow and can sweep away everything in their path. In addition to these immediate dangers, volcanic eruptions can also have long-term effects on the environment and climate. Ash and gases released during an eruption can have a cooling effect on the atmosphere, which can lead to lower temperatures and disrupted weather patterns. This can have a significant impact on agriculture, as crops may fail due to changes in temperature and rainfall patterns. While scientists are able to monitor volcanoes and provide warnings before an eruption, it's important to be prepared and have an emergency plan in place in case of an unexpected event. This can include things like having an evacuation plan, emergency supplies, and communication plans with family and ones. Another important factor to consider when it comes to the dangers of volcanic eruptions is the impact on the economy and infrastructure of affected areas. Volcanic eruptions can cause significant damage to roads, bridges, and other infrastructure, making it difficult for people to access resources and services. Additionally, tourism can suffer in the aftermath of an eruption, as people may be reluctant to visit areas that are perceived as dangerous or unstable. Volcanic eruptions can also have cultural and historical significance for many societies around the world. For example, in Japan, Mount Fuji is considered a sacred mountain and has been the subject of art and literature for centuries. In Hawaii, the volcanoes are an important part of the island's culture and mythology, and are considered sacred places by many indigenous Hawaiians. In addition to the immediate dangers of volcanic eruptions, there are also long-term effects on the environment and climate to consider. For example, the release of ash and gases into the atmosphere can cause a cooling effect on the atmosphere, which can lead to lower temperatures and disrupted weather patterns. This can have a significant impact on agriculture, as crops may fail due to changes in temperature and rainfall patterns. On the other hand, volcanic eruptions can also have positive impacts on the environment and human societies. For example, volcanic ash and debris can create fertile soil for plants and animals to thrive. Geothermal energy can also be harnessed from volcanic areas to generate electricity and heat homes and buildings. Certainly, one important aspect to consider when it comes to the dangers of volcanic eruptions is the impact on human health. Volcanic ash and gases can have a variety of negative effects on respiratory and cardiovascular systems, especially for vulnerable populations such as the elderly, young children, and those with pre-existing respiratory conditions. The fine particles in ash can also cause eye and skin irritation. In addition to the immediate health impacts, volcanic eruptions can also have long-term effects on mental health. The displacement, loss of property, and trauma associated with a volcanic eruption can lead to stress, anxiety, and depression. In some cases, the psychological effects of a volcanic eruption can last for years after the event. Another important factor to consider when it comes to the dangers of volcanic eruptions is the potential for secondary hazards. For example, an eruption can trigger landslides, which can cause further damage and block roads and waterways. Ashfall can also damage power lines and disrupt transportation networks, making it difficult to get supplies and emergency services to affected areas. Volcanic eruptions can also have significant economic impacts. In addition to the destruction of infrastructure and property, tourism can suffer in the aftermath of an eruption. For example, the eruption of Eyjafjallajökull in Iceland in 2010 resulted in the cancellation of thousands of flights and cost the airline industry over $1 billion in lost revenue. However, as mentioned earlier, volcanoes also have many positive impacts on the environment and human societies. For example, the release of minerals and nutrients from volcanic ash can enrich soil and promote plant growth. Geothermal energy can also be harnessed from volcanic areas to generate electricity and heat homes and buildings. In conclusion, the dangers of volcanic eruptions are very real and can have significant impacts on human health, infrastructure, and the economy. However, it's important to remember that volcanoes also have many positive impacts and play an important role in shaping our planet. By staying informed and prepared, we can mitigate the risks associated with volcanic activity and continue to learn and appreciate the power and beauty of these incredible geological features. Overall, while the dangers of volcanic eruptions are significant, it's important to remember that they are also a fascinating and complex natural phenomenon that have shaped our planet in many ways. By staying informed and prepared, we can better understand and appreciate the power and beauty of these incredible geological features. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.